Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad that you could be with us today. Alongside, I've got Jan from the Save Money and More channel. Jan, hey, what's up?
Hey Steve, hey everybody, how you doing?
Oh, I'm good. So, this is going to be an interesting topic. It has to do with, let's see if I have this. If somebody gave me an extra $12, how would I go about, how would I go about using it and all of that. So you said you've got some ways that
Yeah, you know what, Steve? If somebody were to hand me, for example, just going to set up the scenario for myself. You could do it the way you like to do it too. If someone were to specifically hand me Jan $12, but the only way I could use it is towards my grocery bill, they would say, "Here's your $12, but you can't use it for anything else other than at the grocery store." What would you do?
uh
And they would be willing to hand me that $12 for every single grocery trip I make the rest of my life. So
mm,
that's my imaginary scenario. So here are some of the thoughts that I've had on that topic. And by the way, imagine finding somebody like that. How generous, right?
yeah.
So here's the thing that I would do. Let's say with that $12, what I would do immediately for me, I would take $5 to $7, put that to the side exclusively for my longer term stockpile, for my futuristic stuff. That does not only include food, okay? Of course, yeah, canned stuff, things of that nature, but included health and beauty aids, or bathroom tissue,
Hmm.
or things of that nature, lotion, or let's say over the counter stuff like aspirin or acetaminophen, things of that nature.
Uh-huh.
So every single trip, every haul, I put 5 to 7 out of that 12 for that. Now, what would I do with the additional $5 that would be left over? Well, here are some thoughts that I've had about that. Okay, so I tend to like buy less expensive cuts of meat. Like, for example, I'll buy chicken drumsticks or legs and thighs. If I'm getting the option with that extra $5, I just might go for the gold, if you will, get my split chicken breast, which I love those. Those are so quite good, or my chicken cutlets, but I still do things to try to stretch it along the way, like partially freeze it, cut it across, butterfly it, make them thinner chicken cutlets, if you will.
Hmm.
So that's what I would do with the extra on that. And I think for me, that would be an amazing change to my grocery habits in terms of that. Not a bad couple of ideas, considering
No.
this is like $12. And one more thing I have to mention, Steve, on this in my case, a lot of
Hmm.
people go, big deal. What's $12? What difference? How could it make such a difference? I so disagree with that. We could go on more about it later, but what would you do, Steve, if you had that option like that?
Um, well, one of the things that I'm huge on, they're convenient. It's a one person portion. They're great. They come in different uh, flavors. You've got different varieties. One of the things that I like is the tuna pouches. Starkiss makes one. Bumblebee. You might even be able to find store brand um, the tuna. They come in lemon pepper, urban garlic, ranch, bacon ranch. There's one that I recently tried called deli style tuna that's got the mayonnaise built into it, and all I got to do is add mustard. I can make tuna fish sandwich with it. I would go that route. Now, the tunas that don't have the mayo in it, you could always buy a jar of mayonnaise. Um, or if you don't want that and you want, say, you want a little more zip to your flavor of your tuna, you could always buy. a jar of Miracle Whip. You could
Mm,
go that direction. And
yum.
then I like to put, and then on one piece of bread, I like to put mustard. For some reason, I like the mustard to help give, because I
Yeah.
like a little bit of a vinegary taste in my stuff. I've always been that way,
Nice.
but listen, but for a dollar or 94 cents, and if you check, I'm going to mention it. If you look on Amazon, sometimes they run a deal there. You can get them 88 cents. You can get a
Wow.
pack of 12 for like $10.
Wow.
Um, it's so worth it. And another thing you can get in addition to the mayonnaise or the Miracle Whip, however you want to, whichever one you want to use, um, go get your favorite chips, corn
Oh yeah.
chips, tortilla chips, potato chip, whatever, Cheetos, whatever you like, and put that with it. Now, I do know this. My amount, if I play my cards right on this, is actually going to fall below the $12 mark.
Wow. That's great.
I'm thinking, yeah, so if you go to the store and ate, it wouldn't be way below the $12 mark, but I could easily put $2 or $3 back in my hand, in the difference in cost. But it also depends on what size mayonnaise you buy.
Hmm.
Um, and it also depends on how many packets of tuna you get.
Right.
So so that could vary. I would say you could put anywhere between $3 and $5 back in your hand if you, and you do, and when you buy your chips or whatever it is that you like, you don't have to buy name brand. You can get store brand.
Yes.
Um, I recently bought some off-brand corn chips at Aldi for like a
Mm.
$1.59 versus
Wow.
what Fritos cost, which is close to $4 now, which is ridiculous, I think. And
True.
to me, they taste almost as good.
There you go.
So, so
And
you don't
also,
have.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So no, I was just going to finish up and say. So no, you don't have to buy the name brand because a lot of the time the off brand is the same thing as the name brand with a different name, with a different name on the bag or on the way it's
True.
done up. Yeah.
True. I was just going to jump in and say that those
Mhm.
canned chips, sometimes you could get a really good deal on the canned chips, whether it's a store brand or a name brand. And everything you mentioned is shelf stable. That's the
Yep.
other beauty part
Yep.
of everything you
That,
mentioned. And until the mayonnaise is open, you could still keep the mayonnaise in a cool, dry place. Once you
yep.
open it, naturally it has to get refrigerated. But other than that, it is shelf stable until you have to move it, once it's open. But Steve, I
Right.
really like your choices. You know what you have proven to the world, and in a way, so did I, with the choices that we have made. This is my opinion. We have proved to the world a small amount of money could make a huge difference. So
Difference.
when
Yeah.
people, right, so when people say, oh, I only saved $3 and they laugh at you or whatever, no joke, not funny, and it could be a game changer. So that's all I wanted to add to that.
Well, most people don't realize you saved $3. You're getting that $12 increment as such. If you take 12 and 3, now you got 15.
There you go.
So yeah, people are not thinking it out. Ha ha ha, you got $3, big whoop-de-doo. No,
Yeah,
that $3 could make your 12 become 15. And anything extra that you have, add to it. That's what I
exactly.
say. That's what I say. So yeah, no, there's ways and there's ways that you can go about taking an extra $12 that you were just given here, go shopping. And that's just what I would do. Because I know I basically spoke about comfort foods because, a tuna fish sandwich with a side of chips is that's really a comfort food, which is one of the foods I do like. And it
Yeah,
doesn't even have to be the tuna variety. If you like, they make a chicken one which I have not tried yet, which I need to
it's
do.
good. I tried it recently. It's pretty good. And it's
Is it
not
okay?
liquidy. Yeah, not liquidy at all.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. So no, there's so many. ways that you could go about, you know, um, there's ways and there's ways to go about taking, the money and like I say, anything over and above that you don't spend, you can just tack on to the next go around.
Right. But I can
And
imagine people saying before we even finish this, but Jan, nobody's handing me an extra $12. You have to hand it to yourself.
to
Don't go to
yourself,
that coffee place 4 times a week, spending $4 on a cup of coffee or silly snacks that you could easily make at home. You could easily save that extra $12, add it to your grocery bill, and make your grocery life a lot easier.
yeah. Well, no, I know about that coffee bit. Now, this was back during the COVID period. Like I said, I used to go to Dunkin' Donuts about 4 mornings a month, or 4 mornings a week, I should say, several times a month, and I would buy a large coffee. At that time, it was like 260. I'm sure it's more now. But back then, I stopped and thought, hey, wait a minute. Why am I paying out 260 a week times four? I'm laying out what, $10.40 for coffee in a week when I can just go to the store. I have a coffee maker and I can buy a canister of coffee for that price and make all I want.
There you go.
So I stopped doing the Dunkin' Donuts thing. Even though I like Dunkin' Donuts coffee, don't get me wrong, it's good. But for that price, you can just go to the if you want Dunkin' Donuts, it has to be Dunkin'. Just buy a bag of Dunkin' Donuts coffee and be done with it.
Agree.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, guys, think about that. Any money that you don't spend, you can tack on to your next grocery bill or next, you know, your shopping. So definitely keep that in mind. No, you are exactly right, Janet. You have to be the one to put that money back in your hand. Nope, because I don't know if anybody is going to walk up to me and say, "Here,
No,
Steve, here's an extra $12. Go shop." No. Oh,
exactly.
I can save $12. And one of the places that I can save $12 in a little bit of a hurry is if I go to a wholesale club.
There you go.
But not everybody shops at a wholesale club. But I can shop at a wholesale club and I can build and clip coupons already built into their app, like BJ's has coupons, and I can build up a $15, $18 tab. Does that mean I'm going to buy everything that's there? No, but I'll definitely easily, you know, save a good 10, 12, or whatever it is. So yeah, we have to be the one to do it. Well, anyway, um, everybody, I hope you like the content. And if you do, please like and subscribe. That would be great. Also, a Amazon gift card would be greatly appreciated. And just to let all of you know, I also turned on my super thanks for the month of October, so that's open now as well. Well, Jan, thanks for stopping by.
Oh, thanks for having me here.
You're welcome. Well, anyway, guys, I hope all of you have a great whatever time of day it is, and I or we will see you back here next time. Bye for now.
Bye bye.